sneezed right before I started my stream and I almost knocked my glasses off my face. I'm actually kind of impressed. I I feel like this would be where Sushi is right now because she's discovered both the top of my bookshelves and a space in between my bookshelves that's not very easy to get to. Let me make sure she hasn't fallen in that again. Exploring the world is fine and dandy, but not when it involves somebody else helping you get out of it. She'll be fine. It is a skill issue at the moment because she's still not very coordinated. And she's still a pretty young cat. Like she can jump out of that spot on her own. She just needs motivation. I just watched her jump back in it. You know what? I'm just gonna let her stay there for a little bit. I'll get her out in a while, unless she starts screaming at me. So we are on volume 6. Let's go. Armed with your fresh heaps of hard-won cultural knowledge, you continue on your journey. Troll life sure is complicated, not to mention troll romance. Yeah, I would call that complicated. You really aren't interested into getting fuck words. You really aren't interested in getting into all that. Your life is complicated enough. Adding an additional level of angst on top of that does not sound ideal. It really doesn't. And then fully expect that to not apply by the end of this. MC has a tendency to very blindly get themselves into a lot of things. And I can only imagine at least one romance of some kind. Friendship is all you can handle right now. Yeah, we're doing a great job of that, aren't we? MC is a magnet for trouble. Wait, does it count as a magnet for trouble if you're the one seeking out trouble every single time without realizing it? And oh boy, do you love to do you love to handle it. Just get your fingers all up in there and squish that shit around. I MC can barely handle friendship. Yeah. Yeah, MC really can handle it. Um, mm, sure, we'll go back to starting with this side. You're ready to meet someone new, but You have no idea where to go. You're kind of hoping you just bump into someone, which is exactly what we do. Which MC is really good at just bumping into people. Does MC not look where they're walking? Okay. While you're thinking it, you do. You bump into someone. The troll takes a step back to look at you, eyebrows lifted in surprise, while you sputter apologies. Then you notice the color of the symbol on her shirt, and your blood turns to ice. Well, considering what we had as an interaction last time, I can kind of understand that. And, well, the time before. I have not forgotten her as the very beginning. Given what you've picked up in Troll Society, she'd probably be well within her rights to attack you, or at least treat you to some very hurtful insults. Well, hey there, little buddy. You look kinda lost. Everything okay? Huh, that was a lot friendlier than you expected. Super ego? Ooh, I like the name. I like the sound of that. I like this one a lot. I might. I'm gonna have to vibe here for a moment and just listen to this before continuing on. Okay, continuing on. Oh, hold on. Is that better? I think I had to adjust it for something else, but I'm not sure what. I haven't streamed anything since the last time I streamed HIVESWAP, and none of what I was planning to stream that day the power went out would have involved music. Then again, Sushi walks across my keyboard all the time, so it might have just been screw up. It's up to. I'm going to have to look into that because that name sounds familiar. Huh, that was a lot friendlier than you expected. That said, this troll's look is intimidating. She's smiling at you, but the leather jacket and undercut make you think you shouldn't fuck with her. Oh, I want to fuck with her, but like in a good way. Oh, jeez. They also look really dope. Like maybe this is someone whose name would look really nice in your address book. Look, you know you've been pretty non-discriminating with your friend taste so far. You're grateful for every taste of affection thrown your way, but you can admit you've barked up the wrong tree of some weird, barked up the friendship tree of some real weirdos. Ah, it it does have a lot of bass, doesn't it? Which probably means that when I go to the next one after this, I'm going to have to adjust the volume again because it'll probably be really quiet in comparison. But this time, you really want to be friends with this girl. In fact, it feels like earning her approval might even raise your opinion of yourself or your social cash. She's just like seriously cool. I still haven't figured out exactly what the best arrangement of screens is to keep it from looking like I have my eyes closed when I'm trying to read. Frostbite and Hope. Okay. You tell her you're lost. that you have anywhere to be. Just seeing where the night goes. Huh. I've been there. I could tell you. Wow. Words. Jeez. I could tell you some stories. Oh man. I don't want to be rude, but you're an alien, right? You confirm. That is one of the few solid facts you know. And you're going to hang on to that with both hands. While they're still your hands. And not grab your pods or your gesture appendages or whatever. Neat. Is that L word? I'm going to go with L word. You can call me L word, by the way. Well, BTW. I bet you have all kinds of cool alien stories. You want to hang with me? L word. Oh, like, yeah, like whatever I was trying to say was on the tip of my tongue, and then whoop. I don't know. I know a place near here to. Yeah, I read that right. To grab a drink if you want. Does she mean platonically, or is she asking you out? It's really hard to tell. She's so cool and disaffected. If this was a date suggestion, she's gotta be the smoothest motherfucker around. You're kind of hoping she just wanted to get to know you better. She's beautiful, but it seems like going on a date with her would be a lot of pressure. Mostly you just really, really want her to like you. I mean, understandable. She brushes a piece of lint off her jacket, and your desperation for her attention grows. You say yes. I I can understand the sentiment. But MC really MC is MC's simping fast. Oh yeah. Alien time. Let's go. Wait. Wait. Come on. Can't you even just go hang out with someone without some whole rigmarole? Are you fated to always be bombarded with branching choices, choosing randomly between fates that almost always seem to end in some kind of violence? There's actually two places we could go. You want to try the closer place or the farther place? Fine. Fine. You'll make another choice. Oh. Yeah, MC is good. MC's only like, what is this, 6 volumes in? And is already getting done with this. Oh honey, you got a lot more to go before you can be done with jack shit. Let's go with the closer place. Yeah, 1/3 of the way in. By the end of this, MC is gonna be like, fine, fuck it. Every choice is a choice, I guess. That made no sense. You don't want to wait any longer than necessary for that delectable friendship. You tell her to take you to the closest place she knows. Turns out to be pretty close. She crosses the street and takes you down a flight of stairs to a little underground bar. When you walk in the door, you're ready to do some befriending, but L Word seems distracted. Well, that sucks. Are we about to lose out on her already? You follow her gaze and see another cerulean symboled troll girl with a buzz cut and a snakebite piercing sitting alone on a bar stool. As you watch, the other troll looks over at Elward and gives her a little smile. You clear your throat, and Elward seems to abruptly remember your presence. Man, we really did, like, immediately lose her. Well, we arrived. The hangout place. You can take it from here, right? I gotta go. Well, that was awkward. We went in for friendship and just immediately got abandoned. She found a date and, like, I approve. I mean, sucks for MC, but, like, still, no chance. There was no chance at all there. Alright, now on to the farther place, since apparently that's where none of the hot people are. Oh. Getting comfy. You tell her you're in no rush, and the farther place is fine. She takes off in the same direction she was walking before you bumped her. How do we know what direction she was walking before we bumped her? Because we were obviously not looking around to see her. Really should have refilled this. Oh well. Maybe? I guess that would be the most reasonable way to figure out what direction she was heading. You follow behind, trying to act like you totally belong here, next to this genuine troll babe. we definitely know MC's type now. And it is alt chick. You walk next to cool people all the time. It's practically a hobby. After a couple blocks though, she stops short. You narrowly avoid bumping into her again. She fishes her palm husk out of her pocket, and you can see it's vibrating noisily. She looks at the screen and theatrically rolls her eyes. Yeah, let's see. I only want friendship until you see her. Definitely, like, just fell head over heels immediately. And does not want to admit it. Full denial. This is so annoying. I'm sorry, but, like, there's just this thing. I have to deal with it, I guess. I swear to fuck. She just wants an excuse to see me. Like, transparently obvious. Like, how she keeps flirting with all my friends, too. Or just magically shows up at places. Or just magically shows up places we used to go together. It's honestly kind of pathetic. Like, you're trying so hard to make it seem like you're over me. It just shows you aren't. Well, now. Do you know what I mean? You may not understand the specifics, but it's clear she's including you in some kind of social situation she's dealing with. Wow. That's that's what you do when you're already friends with someone. You basically just skip to the front of the line. You nod and look sympathetic. You totally get it. You tell her you have an ex like that too. Who's she even trying to fool? Right? It's like embarrassing that we even dated. We were totally gonna request combat assignments on the same ship too. So dumb. Yeah, you couldn't convince me that MC had dated anybody. Not with how desperate they are for friendship and friendship alone. Well, with the exception of Elward. Anyway, sorry, but I gotta go back to my hive. And she just keeps bugging me about some shit she left there. I keep telling her I don't even think it's even in there. But she says she has all her belongings itemized or something. SMH. Such a dork. Like, I'm the best thing that ever happened to her. You keep nodding vigorously. Your neck is starting to hurt from all the nodding. You tell Elward that she's obviously too good for whoever this girl is. I mean, I know. But I gotta deal with her shit anyway. Anyway, sorry. It's literally so dumb. But do you mind if we swing by my hive on our way out? It won't take long. She's like terminally punctual. Well, she already sent me her ETA on Doffel. Gorgle. the capitalized L in the middle of it caught me off guard. It took a moment to process. Well, now, she already sent me her ETA on Gorgle maps. This is a real softball. No need to agonize over this decision. You tell her you don't mind at all. She starts to head off, but then she stops and looks at you, her brows furrowed. Huh. You know, for an extra alternial, you're kinda cute. Oh geez, you start to feel flustered as she peers at you more closely. You're going to have to make it clear once again that you're only. Are you going to have to make it clear once again that you're only interested in friendship? Are you, MC? Are you? In this case, I do not think so. You know, you have a very blurred line between romantic and platonic interest there. I'm getting an idea. My ex thinks she's so cool because she's a Jade Blood and they have like a sacred duty or whatever. She makes a complicated motion with her hand. From the context, you gather this is the troll version of a jerking off gesture. You'll file away the implication of that one to consider at a later time. She's probably never met an alien before. Definitely never dated one. Do you think we could pretend to be a thing? Like Red Rum. Just until she goes away. She'll fully shit herself, I swear. Just, you know, don't fall in love with me, kid. I think it's a little late for that. So, like, for, Flushed and Pitch, does it, I mean, I can understand it not really, like, non-Alternian and Alternian not really messing with, Ashen or Pale, but, like, does it not really affect Flushed and Pitch either? Like, is there... If you're in one of those quadrants and the drones come and you're, like, with a non-Alternian, does that automatically... Just kidding. Really, don't though. Like, I would imagine so, but... I mean, you fall for who you fall for. Your heart is beating at an unusual rate. And not even because of fear this time. Fake dating again? Do trolls do this a lot? There must be some cultural context that makes them turn to fake relationship for security. Wait, oh wait, I had almost forgotten that what was her name? Philippa's involved fake dating too. Yeah, I would imagine aliens wouldn't be compatible with the mother grub either. On the other hand, you're an experienced fake dater by now. Elmer could check your references. On the other hand, you know how this ends. You know this ends with you falling in love with her. There's literally no fake dating situation that has ever ended differently. Well, yeah, no, there's not. The last fake relationship you did agonizingly circled the rim of romance before falling out and into your hands for sick friendship rebound, but that was a close one. You might be like a quarter of the way in love with her already. She looks like troll Natalie Dormer. Who's Natalie Dormer? Oh, I gotta look this up because I need to know what this is referencing. Oh, okay. I don't I don't watch a lot of like like Hollywood movies or like TV shows on most streaming sites. I just kind of vibe with Crunchyroll and Funimation. What's that other one I have? High Dive, I think. So anything outside of those, I probably haven't watched in a while. And it's definitely way too dangerous to say yes to this. Already done both sides of this. Fake date, but like with moderation, or fake date with extreme excitement. We're going with extreme excitement. You grasp her hands, your eyes shining. Yes, you tell her. Yes, you will fake date her. You are ready to dive into this thing together, side by side, for as long as she needs, with your whole heart and mind, whatever it takes. Whoa. That's. Hmm. You were like really ready to go for it. Like, about to jump right in. Maybe this was a bad idea. I don't want to lead you on. Oh no. You way overdid it. You shrink back mortified. No, you tell her. You weren't going you weren't going to fall in love. You weren't just thinking it. You weren't even thinking it. Just thinking about helping her in her awkward situation. Uh-huh. Hey, you mentioned your ex earlier, right? Is that recent? Like, were you trying to rebound with me or something? Because if it's recent, I mean, I get it. Breakups can be hard. I mean, mine was fine. Completely mutual. That does not sound completely mutual. None of this has sounded completely mutual. But I get it. Your ex only exists in your imagination, but Elward is giving you an out here, and you're going to take it. You nod, trying to look sad. Breakups are hard, after all. That That part isn't a lie, just a well-known truth of life. Yeah, Oopsie gets stuck in a lot of drama. Usually they don't know when to say no and back out when giving it out. I'm proud of them. They've learned. You know what? I can play my ex off for now. I'm gonna take you out. Take you somewhere special. Where you can forget. Have a little me time, you know? I think you deserve it. Okay, a little hiccup there, but maybe you've managed to turn this around. You feel bad she thinks that you're newly heartbroken, but it's comforting that her reaction is to try to cheer you up, rather than pouncing on you at your most vulnerable like some other trolls would do. That's an understatement. Actually, she's being really nice. Maybe this friendship train is on the right track after all. Elwood takes you to what appears to be a coffee shop? It has all the trappings of a coffee shop. Mugs, bean grinders, fizzly little machines with tubes, tables with people working on husk tops. The smell in the air is not coffee though. It's something earthier and a little spicy. You're gonna guess ground up grubs. Just a hunch. Here we are. Let's get something to drink. And wait for it to start. You let her choose your drink. She brings you a steaming mug of something. Hot. You sip it cautiously. Not bad at all. No legs floating in it or anything. Just so you know, I don't know what your deal is, but this place is kinda girls only. You're an alien, so no one's even gonna ask, including me. But just so you know the deal. Don't worry though. If anyone does ask, I'll say you're here with me. Plus, you're cute, so no one's gonna mind. This is way different from all the insults that we usually get about us looking weird. It's throwing me off so much. I can't like verbally express a winky face, so I'm just gonna say winky face. You feel your face get hot. Wait, no, you're not fake dating. No fluttery feelings here. Cool, you tell her. You love this place already. Wait, what is this place? This is excessive bodily force poetry? What? Open mic night. All blood colors welcome. As she says it, you can see a microphone set up on one side of the cafe. And Olive Blood is sitting nearby with a clipboard writing down the names of people who want to perform. You ever do excessive bodily force poetry? You look back at her. She's looking at you with those heavy-lidded eyes and that flirtatious smirk. Last time you let your enthusiasm get the best of you, she pulled back, but then she took you to this cool ladies-only hangout. Oh, I can feel that one coming. Saying yes hasn't led you wrong so far. Probably. Unless there's going to be some consequence if you haven't gotten to it yet. You haven't gotten to it yet? No, it's probably fine. You tell her you've dabbled. You try to shoot her the same kind of coy look she's giving you. I can only imagine that it's an absolute fail, though. Is it flirting? Who can say? You're riding this wave of plausible deniability, and you're never coming down. Really? I didn't think you'd say yes. That's so cool. Dang, you should go sign up. I've never done it myself, but I like to come here and watch. You should totally do it. Until now, Elward has been pretty disengaged, but she seems actually excited about this. You gulp. You've never done slam poetry, but how hard can it be? You got this. NC does not got this. You go up to the olive blood and put your name down on the list. Then you go back to Elward, giving her what you hope is a look as smooth as an expensive brandy. These are absolutely going to be famous last words. I could not have gotten the good in here. Get ready, you tell her. She laughs, like you're being corny instead of smooth, but it's good-natured, so that's okay. You settle down to watch the excessive bodily force poetry. Maybe you can pick up a few tips. Before long, you notice a couple differences between this and slam poetry you've seen before. First of all, your unfamiliarity with troll culture is causing you to miss a lot of the metaphors. You think some of these poems are erotic? People are reacting like they are, but all the body parts sound like someone did magnetic fridge poetry with those an intro engineering textbook. It's all tubes and pushers and levers and sacks. You watch the people around you and try to react the same way they do. Second, troll slam poetry doesn't involve actual. Wow, I can read. Jeez. Second, troll slam poetry does involve actual body slamming, or well, actual slamming. Several poets, it seems to be the cooler colors of the rainbow in their performances with acts of passionate violence against nearby chairs, tables, or even members of the audience. Artists, you guess. Temperamental. Elward doesn't seem surprised. This can't be going in a good direction. One troll with a dark purple symbol breaks the mic stand in half over her knee. Elward sits up a little straighter, popping the collar of her jacket a touch higher and adjusting her hair. God, I'd die if she looked at me that way, Lamau. I wish I was the mic stand. I like her. I've never had a girl that mean. I always go for the good girl spades, thinking I can change them. Maybe it'll be different with me, you know? Her hate is true enough. It's a bad habit. Nice trolls don't change. That's some advice for you, kid. You don't know how to respond to this, so you just nod wisely. If you're being totally honest with yourself, seeing Elward flustered makes you feel a little flustered too. Not that you're changing your mind about only wanting friendship, but you wouldn't mind if she looked at you with a little bit of the awe she's giving the purple blood. Finally, it's your turn to perform. You got so into the show you forgot you were actually going to do this. Now, walking up to the front, you wish you could forget again. You clear your throat. Silence. Then a flash of inspiration hits. Oh, this cannot be good. You had trouble understanding the troll poems because of the socio-cultural differences. So, maybe if you load your piece with references to your own world, they'll just assume it's good. You start listing body parts you have. Knees, spleen, shoulders. You toss in a few celebrity names. Steve Jobs. Rita Moreno. I don't know who that is. Then you put on the most mysterious poetry voice you can say. You can and say Numa yeah? Huh, I gotta look up that name real quick, because I know this makes two celebrities. I've had no idea who they are. Hold on. Oh, okay. Another idea hits you like a wet fish to the face. Maybe if you end this with some kind of violent gesture like the purple blood girl did, Elward will like you more. You seek out her face in the audience and, looking right into her eyes, you slap yourself in the face as hard as you can. There's a smattering of lackluster claps. No one looks impressed. A few grumbles echo around the cafe. Yeah, I. This feels like it could have gone so much worse, but isn't going terribly for MC. Like, uh, not popular, but at least you're not dying because of something you did yet. You think you think he may have just bombed. Your budding confidence is hit with a big load of shame, descending like wet concrete. Yeah, at least they aren't getting hurt. That's that's honestly a bonus at this point. But when you get back to Elward, she's grinning. Did I actually get the good end for this? Damn. That wasn't what I expected at all. It was pretty funny though. You must have some real abdominal sausages to get up there and perform like that. Nice job, alien. She gives you a wink. You start to perk up a little. After all, there's no need to be friends with the rest of the people in this cafe. Just this one cool troll girl. Wow, I don't know why I read that like that. I'm not gonna reread it. It looks like making yourself look dumb has brought you two closer together. Honestly, though, I'm surprised you didn't do a piece about your breakup. Oh, right, you completely forgot about your breakup. Or rather, your fake-up. Elward leans forward, her hands splayed on the table, her black claws gleam in the low cafe light. You can tell me about... you can tell me about it, if you want. Like, I'm over my breakup. But if you want to talk about yours, it's fine. I know sometimes it's like, just really on your mind. Just right in there. Yeah, something about this feels like it's gonna go south. You're starting to feel even less great about lying. You fidget uncomfortably in your seat. No, you know what? You're supposed to be making a friend here. Yes, in the past it's been advantageous to just go along with whatever people say until they like you. But you and Elward are really connecting. Yeah, MC's gonna tell the truth and lose a friend, huh? You just don't want her to like... You don't... Wow, words. You don't want her to just like you because she thinks you're sad. You want it to be real. It's about to be real sad. You take a deep breath and tell Edward you don't have a recent ex at all. You tell her you're just trying to commiserate. Oh. MC done fucked up. The atmosphere completely shifts. Edward sits back, and the warmth goes out of her face entirely. What? Really? Oh, that's not really cool. Well, shit. You can feel her pulling away. You can just feel her pulling away. Well, you can also see it because she's physically pulling away from you. All signs point to losing this friendship. Yeah, MC brought this on themselves. I would probably also react somewhat similarly. Not to that extreme, because, like... Yeah, MC gets themselves into the fuck-ups. Quite a bit. You're so sorry, you tell her. It won't happen again. Yeah. Sorry, no offense. But it's not cool to lie about shit like that. It's pretty weird. She's completely detached now, barely even looking at you. It was nice to meet you, but Probably best if you just go. See you, space movies boy. Oh, that was supposed to be cowboy. As much as it hurts, you have to agree. It's probably best to just cut your losses. You try not to let your disappointment show as you walk away. Ooh. That's crying. Oh, that's great. What? Alright, I know it's just. Alright, so let's um let's not fuck shit up this time. Dispassionate one. Yeah. I would love to know what MC considers showing disappointment if tears streaming down their face is not showing it. You say that you say it super casually. Like you pretend to be in relationships with aliens every day of your life. Elbert grins, clearly pleased. You're sure this was the right choice? Then again, you thought. What? Oh. Then again, you thought of it before only to end up in terrifying, painful situations. But you're pretty confident this time it'll be fine. That's great. Thanks for joining me a solid. I owe you one. She shoots you a finger gun and winks. And what is now a deeply familiar story beat, Elwood takes you back to her hive. It's pretty messy. You can understand why her ex would have a hard time finding out something she left here. You don't see any signs of elusives, but it's probably rude to ask about that. What with how often trolls and other animals are murdered in this society? You ask Elward if you should get your story straight. Like, how did you meet? How long have you been dating? Who is the funny one and who always gets to choose the food on date nights? It's a very specific thing that NC thinks we'll need to have set straight. How often does she fake date somebody? Or does she come up with a 3,000 word backstory on the fly? Yeah, I got a 3,000 word backstory for us to memorize. I'll be quizzing you on on my fave movies. Yeah, I should have written that down. It's okay, haha. I'm not worried, lol. We can just wing it. Oh, I think she's here anyway. Sure enough, you hear a crisp knock at the door. Elward leans against the nearest wall and crosses her arms over her chest, looking bored. I'm sorry, but shouldn't you look like entertained to be with the person you're with to like really drive home the "I'm happy without you" thing? Yeah, I have a hunch she ain't over it either. Come on in, girl. You! Ah, I can. Another troll enters the hive. Hey, wait a second. You know this one. This troll is already your friend. That might be a good thing, but it might also ruin your chances with the friend you're currently chasing. But maintaining your fuck. I love the past. Wait a second. There's one past troll that I do not want to see in any other routes. But maintaining your friendships. Fuck, I still didn't read that right. But maintaining your existing friendships is important too. You're going to have to find a way to balance this. She doesn't seem to have noticed you yet. Oh no, that smile scares me. Hello, Elward. I don't remember what voice I did for her. Probably the same, like, voice. I don't have a wide range of voices, so probably the exact same voice I'm using for Elward. We can make... We can make this the last time we have to see each other. Oh, my customer service voice. If you would just hand over my favorite sweater. I don't have it. I don't know how many times I gotta tell you. It's very simple. I don't remember what my I don't remember what my customer service voice like sounds like when I'm purposefully trying to do it. One, I was wearing it over here when we broke up. Two, I keep careful track of all my belongings. Three, you think it's funny to antagonize me. All signs point to you having it. I don't want to fight again. Isn't it nicer if we collaborate? Wait, did you wear that sweater over there? Do something that involved taking off the sweater and then break up? Have I been doing my breakups wrong my whole life? Who's fighting? I don't even remember what your sweater looks like. I don't really think about it. Or you. That sweater is in your bed and you sniffing it. You miss her. Yeah, that must have been one hell of a breakup. At all, ever. Emotional dishonesty is a barrier to helpful communication. Ah, I'm not one of your little jades who have to listen to this crap. Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna get dragged back into this. You're interrupting my date, Branya. More like Branya. Lamau. I love how much she uses Lamau. I'm actually trying to hang out with someone who's not you right now. A real cutie. Oh man. Oh no. Elward makes a lazy gesture at you, as if to indicate that pointing you out to Branya is barely holding her interest. You look at Branya and try to smile. You lift your hand in a tentative way. Hi, you say? Yeah, I'd be doing the same thing, Branya. Branya is taken aback. She looks back and forth between you and Elward a couple of times, trying to make sense of the situation. You and Elward. Well, this is a surprise. I didn't know you were looking for a romantic connection. If you had known that, could focus. I could have introduced you to some of my other jades. Not that I mind that you're with Elward. I wish only the best for her and all that she does. Elward rolls her eyes theatrically, then she looks back at you. You two know each other? She doesn't look happy about it. You remember that the reason she wanted to fake date with you in the first place was to hold your cool alien status over her ex's head. Branya, already knowing you, has undoubtedly taken some of the wind out of her sails. You have to do something to turn this around. You don't want to be rude to Branya, but surely just hyping Elward is safe. You tell Branya thanks for the offer, but you're happy with the choices you've made. She looks a little hurt, but quickly rebounds. Of course. I wouldn't tell you how to conduct your personal life. I'm really just here for my sweater. Can you get it, please, Elward? Nah, lol. You just lost it. Stop making excuses to come over here. This is getting pretty personal. You try to make yourself as unobtrusive as possible, pulling the collars of your, well, Tagora's robe up to hide your face. Wait, we're still just wearing Tagora's robe and that's it? At what point does Gorgor come back to us, like, demanding either that back or a payment for it? Because that's gotta happen at some point. Someone might accuse you of manufacturing reasons for me to keep coming over. By not giving it back. Lol. Okay, whatever. I'll just let you know if it turns up, alright? Not alright. 1. You said before that you've never followed through. 2. You never contact me first. 3. You're obviously not motivated to find it. I want to settle this once and for all. It's time to resolve our conflict. Jeez. I didn't steal your fucking sweater. Look, I want to resolve this too, but now just isn't a good time. Can't you just let me have some time with my new pal here? It does seem like a reasonable request. This may take longer than I would have liked. If I recall correctly, every troll shows up again and at least... It shows up again at least... Fuck, words. In one future... God! Fuck! Let's try that again. If I recall correctly, every troll shows up again at least once in future volumes, except for the trolls in the last 2 to 3 volumes for obvious reasons. Okay. I can look forward to most of them. I don't remember if I read this line already. Oh well. I suppose I could leave it alone for now, but you can't just keep avoiding me forever. Not just about the sweater. I'm not doing that? Ugh. Didn't you get enough of talking about our feelings when we were actually together? I hope I clicked the right button. Oh shit, hold on. I'll be right back. I think Sushi had taken a nap in the corner and I forgot about her. And then she's immediately going back right after making a bunch of noise trying to scramble out. Okay, that makes sense. Why do we have to talk about them now? Let's talk about it later then. I'd rather leave my friend here out of it anyway. Her friend? Wow. You breathe a sigh of relief. You don't have so many friendships yet that you could stand to lose one. Can Neil just listen to the rest of the conversation with a touch more ease? I'll come back when you're more available. Please try to work with me on this. Thank you. Bronya makes her way out. Elward watches her leave, and then sags back against the wall, scowling. Yet they are totally both over this relationship. She seems to be in much lower spirits than she was earlier. Your heart aches. Friend or no, you want to see her cheer up again. You know what? She takes a deep breath and looks over at you. I do have her sweater. It's in the back of my closet. She starts laughing. You giggle a little too. What just happened here is an opening. You witness something revealing, and now Elward is in a vulnerable position. You don't want to push her or annoy her. She didn't loop you in, but she didn't loop. Fuck words. But she did loop you into this, and you can't waste this opportunity. It might be worth it to take a risk. You say hesitantly that it seems like Branya was really desperate. Like she's not. Like she's totally not over it. I know, right? I told you. You say that also it's okay to not be over it 100% yet. That even if fuck, that even if a that even if a relationship was wrong and you're way better off without it, sometimes you can still feel a little sad, and that's fine. In fact, you say, it can make you seem emotionally deep in an extremely cool way. You give her a little smile. She smiles back. Thanks for saying that. You're really nice. You didn't have to do all that for me. Sorry for bringing you into this mess. Did you still want to get that drink? You're a good friend. Your heart overflows, and you beam a brilliant smile at her. You feel the warm bloom of friendship opening its sweet petals in your heart. Yeah, when did MC gain a point of wisdom? Because as far as we've seen, that's one of the low stats. Friendship achieved. MC's still blushy. Alright. So, on to the next. Because we did both bad ends and the good end. I'm very excited for Tagoro. I'm ready to see his comeback. He's still my favorite so far. Alright. Armed with fresh heaps of hard-won cultural knowledge, you continue on your journey. Troll life sure is complicated. Not to mention troll romance. You aren't interested in getting into all that? Your life is complicated enough, and adding an additional level of angst on top of that does not sound ideal. Friendship is about all you can handle right now. And this made me laugh the first time I read it, and it's gonna make me laugh probably every time I read it, because like that is a sentence. And boy, do you love to handle it. Just get your fingers all up in there and squish that shit around. How do I pronounce either of these? I'll figure it out eventually. Wandering deeper into the city, you wash up on the shores of what looks like a rougher powder town. Comparatively, everything about Eternia is rough, but down here, the streets get narrower, dingier, the buildings are run down. Yeah, MC sure does know how to describe things, and it is some colorful descriptions. Trying to keep an ear out for if she starts trying to scramble out of the hole she's put herself in. Streetlights Streetlights flicker, and patrolling drones look less inclined to serve and protect and more likely to shoot you and claim it was self-defense. Wow. Oh. Well then. You haven't seen any tracks, but if you had, this place would definitely be on the wrong side of them. Again, emphatically, you don't know what you're talking about. I had to double check I was reading that right. But yeah, again, emphatically, you don't know what you're talking about. Everything you know has been gleaned from exceedingly painful trial by fire. But this looks like the sort of place no one cares about except the people who live there. A noisy group of trolls spills onto the street up ahead, and you quickly duck behind a row of garbage cans. You've recently become gun shy around groups, especially since most of these guys look fancy and are wearing symbols in varying shades of blue. Not to generalize, but blue bloods are starting to freak you out. Everybody here messes with you, but the higher castes do it with a government sanction. I'm sure she's fine. These particular blue bloods all look as lost as you did several friends ago, gazing around in varying flavors of bemusement and frustration. Oh, sorry. They glance nervously between each other and the looming buildings on either side. I love that. How do I even say that? Follicle? Hold on a moment. I think Sushi needs assistance. I think Sushi has almost figured out how to get in and out of there on her own. She just needed a bit of figuring out things. The theme is TFW, another James Roach track. It sounds so good though. Oh, Kupro? Oh, so they're like opposites of each other as far as their signs? I can't do that without laughing. With a hot jolt of adrenaline, you realize you aren't the only person hiding in a pile of garbage. There's someone else. Two someones, actually. What you initially take as one large lumpy troll resolves on second glance into two smaller trolls. A girl and a boy. The girl is clinging to the boy's back like a very greasy sloth. It looks like a pretty precarious position. In your opinion, you've recently become an expert in falling down. They're both skinny and stringy, but damn, you thought you thought that smell was from the garbage, but it might be them. Well, this is an interesting description. Have you entertained yourself? Ah, the opposite of hope is rage, and the opposite of void is light. Ah, okay. There's a lot of them. At some point, I will, like, be able to memorize which ones are opposite to what. It will probably take me a while. La la la. Blue's just busy living their pathetic lives. Walking out of their hives, straight into our trap. Idiot, never see it coming. You guys kept thinking the trolls out on the street? Probably you should just mind your own business. But when the fuck have you ever done that before? Also, it's nice to see someone besides you getting mocked for once. You kind of want to join in on the mocking. Who the fuck are you? Where did you come from? Yeah, I've gotten a bit further into Homestuck. I couldn't sleep the other night and just like power read a couple dozen chapters, pages. That's probably how it will happen. I'll probably like not be able to sleep at night and just be like, you know what? This will be an easy thing to do. I'm still not very far into it. Swapping around, the like fetch modus. A trash creature. Born out of trash. La 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 la. I may have to just stick to saying lol once. Because it makes me giggle every time I try more than once. Well, so much for not getting mocked. These two are probably equal opportunity mockers, though. They mock everyone. Kind of like Philippa had been with murder. They keep sniggering. You can't help thinking you're being called out. I am assuming that if we stick up for ourselves, they'll probably be like, oh, so you got some balls, let's be friends. Because I can only imagine taking it lying down would just lead to more... You put it to them offhandedly that perhaps it is they who are the trash creatures, since they are the ones who smell like they've been rolling in it for the past few days. For some reason, this makes them laugh even harder. Cooper, check out the badass we got here. MSW, Freaky Cold Bait Nerd Lord talks back. Why don't you run and cry about it? Yeah, go and tell your Lucis, Anna. The girl tugs at the boy's hair, and then they're off, cackling and running up the street with a weird, stumbling gait. Ah, so taking it lying down is the correct answer. That was not what I was expecting. They leave you all on your lonesome. Fresh friendship opportunities withering on the vine. You probably dodged a bullet, but you can't prevent the oncoming. The, like, absolutely befuddled look on MC. How do you even portray that with such a simplified style? Oh, the hiccup. Yeah, I've seen a couple of like 4chan posts, like only screenshots. I've never bothered to actually go on 4chan's website. Alright, let us try this again. I'm gonna take it lying down, like a little bitch. You never thought about what a weirdly sexual idiom that is? Wait, hold on, where's the log? Was this the log? Oh, okay. So they're just talking about just taking it lying down. I'm not gonna lie, I always thought it just meant like, you know, when bullies have like kicked you to the ground and they're insulting you or something, and you don't stand back up. Regardless, you decide to swallow your protest. Hey, that's pretty sexual, also. Thanks, English language. You don't want to start out a friendship with hostility. If you had parents, they would have told you two wrongs don't make a right. Oh, see. You could argue it isn't worth trying to befriend people who open with insults, but that's just how people are here. What are you doing? You gotta roll with it or get out of town. And since you literally can't go anywhere, you'll just roll. And you really, really want more friends. Addiction is a powerful thing. You admit that you don't have a lusus and that you're pretty used to insults these days. You include an affected shrug to demonstrate just how easily everything rolls off your back. You add in... What the fuck does that mean? We're back to me having to Google words. Feeling or expressing remorse or penitence affected by guilt. Oh. You add in a contrite little kick at the pavement and hang your head, even if you aren't quite sure what you did wrong. Lol. Rusty dogs on their own damn self. Don't have to do shit. This could be kind of relaxing for us. The girl turns her weird, spidery face towards you. You should come hang out. Wait. What? You want to hang out with this bottom feeder? They look like a huge drag. I already have enough dead weight with your ass to drag around. Oh man, you really hit the jackpot with these guys. 2 friends for the price of 1. To answer your earlier question that you may have forgotten you asked. Cuprum hat. Their pump has GPS to bring them down here. Idiots can't do shit without their fancy tech. I'm expecting a very loud crash at some point tonight. Sushi is slowly discovering the tops of the bookcases, and some of the bookcases have things displayed on top of them. The The blue bloods are all arguing now. Somebody throws a punch. You figure it's a good prank if a little mean-spirited. Follicle stops yanking at Cupram's hair and looks at you. Wow, you really are pretty basic. Hey, Cooper? She gives his hair another yank, like it's reins and he's her horse. Cooper grins, showing a bunch of big, blunt teeth. He raises a hand that crackles with white-hot energy. What is about to happen? Your stomach clenches and your feet leave the pavement, just enough for your toes to drag around the ground as you float over to them. For a few seconds, you have zero control over your body. Cooper lets go, and you land hard enough on your heels to make your ankles twinge. Oh, I couldn't do that. I would literally scream in pain. One of the flickering streetlights shines down on Follicle's face. What you had initially taken as deep-set eyes are actually no eyes. There are black holes in her face. It looks super creepy, and also super painful. Yeah, so what? You think I would just have eyes like some kind of normie? You would never accuse her of that. That isn't really a word you have in your lexicon. You better not, because MC is like the least normie person I think I've encountered in this thing. Which is saying something. Lol. He keeps doing that. Saying the word instead of laughing. It's actually a hell of a power play. Goddamn idiot doesn't know a case of void rot when they see it. Have you never met a Goldblood before? You have, but you aren't sure if Sarava counts. They're an internet celebrity for one thing. For another, they have eyes. Well, one eye. And for the other, the other one wasn't lost to void rot, whatever the hell that is. You wonder if that's why she's on top of Cuprum? He's some kind of combination steed and seeing eye dog? Void rot means my body doesn't retain energy like it's supposed to. Just look it up on Google. I feel the need to put like giant spaces in the way that I say things with the way that she speaks. But it feels like it's like weirdly slowing down everything. It means I'm dying constantly at all times. You almost point out that technically everyone is dying all the time, but since this isn't really the moment to fake deep fuckery. That really sounds like it blows, though. You tell her how sorry you are. What do you mean? Why would you be sorry? You didn't do anything? Besides, stand there, looking ugly. Idiot thinks it makes a difference. Like what they think actually matters, lol. Can't wait for Trizza to take this one down to the coal fields for a little R&R. Rest relaxation? That sounds nice, actually. Rampage and rending. Ah. Wow. And here was me thinking we could get through a whole conversation without bringing up precious Trizza. Lol, Trizza rules. I love Trizza. I know. Dipshit. You racked your recent memories trying to figure out if you know what a Trizza is, or who? Trizza is basically the third member of this relationship. Considering how goddamn horny you are to get her cybernetic tentacles up in you. Wow. Just saying. That is some resentment. What? That's supposed to make me feel bad? Sounds great, actually. You watch too much Eastern Alternian pornography. It'll be way better than sitting around with you. Always sucking me dry. This sure is something you're witnessing right here. Must be that black rom stuff Zebra had briefly filled you in on. You cock a hip and compliment them on the obviously incredibly healthy pitch romance they got going on here. We about to fuck up, huh? As everyone knows, there's nothing two people in a lover spat like more than someone interrupting them to spout random bits of cultural knowledge. That separates them. Metaphorically, at least. Physically, Follicle stays clinging to Cooperum's back. Wrong again, fuck mold. We're pale. So pale. Oh, pale. That's the nice one. The petting one where you talk about your feelings and then don't have sex. What? What? You got something to say? We already got one bad end, right? Yeah, because standing up made him just walk off. I gotta go with it. I gotta go with this one. You guys seem like you don't have your shit together. You mentioned just offhandedly, chill as hell, that maybe they might have a few things they need to work on. No pressure or anything. Just, this is the sort of stuff a helpful friend does. Mention shortcomings and crappy relationship dynamics. Having friends is great. The light glitters on Cooperum's goggles, even as it is sucked into the black hole Follicle's not eyes. You calling me out? You coming into my hive and spouting this shit? You point out that this is a trash heap, though you don't want to judge. He might have a trash hive. It's a figure of speech. Kind of like, go fuck yourself. Weston looked pissed, but Cooper looks extra pissed. I know what this is. You're out to steal my girl. You really think you can give... You really think you can give Full what she needs? What she craves? He's making it sound like a fetish rather than a medical condition. Maybe it's both. You really want... You really want to come at me, motherfucker? The hairs on the back of your neck stand on end. That's how loud he yells. Maybe it's the crackles of energy slowly emanating from his pores and building like a sine wave. At first you think it's just you finally cracking under all the pressure, but it's really happening. The glow of white-hot electricity rolls up his arms and shoulders and into Follicle, where it travels over the length of her body and enters where her eyes should be. She shivers and lets out a short, slightly lewd sound. Oh, okay. Yeah, MC, I would recommend choosing your next words so fucking carefully. She shivers and lets out a short, slightly lewd sound. Her hands tighten in Cooperum's wild hair. Man, you really shouldn't be watching this. You are blushing something fierce. But, okay. You think you get what's going on. Kind of symbiosis. His energy overflows when he gets upset, and Follicle sucks up that energy to treat her void rot. He is her giant battery. You remember Sarava mentioning that powerful Goldbloods have a tendency to get harvested for their energy. Maybe Cooperum is one of those powerful psychics? Ha! He wishes. Trez is gonna chew him up and spit him out. I don't know. Maybe there is something in the trash that's affecting MC. Like, jeez. Then I'm really gonna have to find another sucker to leech off. Follicle looks at you, considering. Well, you aren't actually sure if she can see you. Definitely not with her eyes, since she doesn't have those. See? Yeah, their mind does seem more in the gutter than usual. Maybe she's like a cricket. Don't they hear with their legs or some horseshit like that? What? This guy? Please. Sure. Why not? I'm getting sick of your shit anyway. Oh god, are they breaking up right in front of you? God, that was... that was terrifying. I just... I was not expecting at any point to not see her on top of the backpack. Follicle crawls down off Cooperum's back and starts across the filthy alley floor toward you, scuttly and bug-like. Now instead of yelling, Cooperum is sniggering. Actual laughter, not LOLs. That's a good sign, right? It's great when friends can laugh together, especially when shit gets awkward. You think you can power me the way I need? Well, she's right in your face. Like, really, she really needs a shower. But you don't have room to talk. It's been a long time since Segura's ablution trap. Yeah, uh-oh, MC. You done fucked up. Besides, judging someone based on their personal hygiene is shallow, right? It's what's on the inside that counts. Yeah, you're sure that's the sort of thing that makes you deep. Seriously, you have so much love to give. Friend love is what you're all about. Maybe this is what all that desperation has been leading up to? The slow raising of your friendship level in order to reach this peak of unbelievable bro power? To free this young Goldblood from a codependent relationship, you've been conditioning your body, putting it through its paces, building up a tolerance to bullshit and just bathing in metaphorical resonance. Nose itchy. Follicle kisses you. Wow, that is friendly. Lots of people kiss their friends. You're pretty sure. Maybe, yeah. You're super progressive. This is fine. I don't think this is fine, MC. I don't think this is fine at all. You sort of wish that the first alien tongue you've had in your mouth didn't taste like Cheetos. But you can't have everything in this life. MC. You can, in fact, have preferences like that. Holy shit, you're doing it. You feel a rush of energy flow through you, lighting up your whole body and pouring into Follicle, filling her to the brim with the power she needs, the power she craves. God, you are the best friend ever. It's you. You rock. You seriously. Lol. Are. Lol. Lol, lol, lol. The best. Lol, 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 lol. Oh, son of a bitch. You feel something warm on the back of your neck, and Cooper was giggling right next to your ear. Somehow, while you were busy kissing his girlfriend, he snuck up from behind and started kissing you too. MC! Um... This is not friendship. This is, This is, Well, I don't think you're gonna like what comes next, MC. Well, we're just putting his mouth on you and moving his tongue around. He must be feeding psychic energy into you, which Follicle is sucking out of your mouth. They're using you like a goddamn copper wire. You could maybe be into it if you weren't behind a dumpster, and if you were looking for anything more than good old-fashioned wholesome friending. So am I. Like, I am starting to get very concerned. They need a redefinition. Cooprum, fuck off. Don't help. You aren't involved in this. Cooprum is still laughing, and he's added the lols back in, which you like even less when they're pressed against your neck. He sits back and the flood of energy lets up. You go from feeling like a light bulb to feeling like a steadily deflating balloon. Follicle kisses you again. It still tastes like Cheetos, but also like dying. Like your entire body has been placed in a juicer, and a giant is squeezing down. Your muscles twitch and drool drips out of the corner of your mouth. Follicle must be holding you up because when she steps back, you slump to your knees. Then go down onto your side. Your fall is broken by some old rotten fruit. Cool. Follicle stands silhouetted against the street lamp in all her greasy glory. Thanks, Normie. That'll hold me for maybe like the next 15 minutes. A fog closes in on you. Words. A fog closes in on you as you lie on that filthy pavement. Is it the fog of death or just impending unconsciousness? You don't know. One thing is for sure, though. It is not the fog of impending friendship. I am very uncomfortable with this ending. Everything about this ending is just very uncomfortable. Like, it's not very often that I say that I would prefer not to die because some chick, like, sucked all of the life out of me. At least he got to make out with an alien. Yeah, I guess. I think I'm actually more disturbed by the hickey on the back of the neck. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, let's make the correct choice, which is to lie to them and say they got their shit together. Right. Glad you understand. You don't feel great about this. It's not cool to tell lies, especially not to your new friends, but it's also not cool to neg your rad new friend's relationship, especially when you don't know how the fuck any of this stuff works. Honestly, you should probably come up with some sort of mnemonic for just how little you know about anything at all. Yeah. They so clearly have a healthy relationship. The healthiest one. You don't know what that means. YDKWTM. Yeah, you workshop it. Lol, you actually seem okay. Obviously a huge normie freak, but okay. You wonder what kind of people Coopram has been hanging out with if he thinks you look normal. At this point, you're, what, dressed in a bathrobe, sunburned, slathered in sparkly lotion, and probably a bunch of other stuff you can't remember right now. His friends must look really wild. You hope whoever those friends are will be your friends too. You aren't picky about looks. The group of blue bloods on the street, maybe they could use some friends too. You're getting the vapors just set the thought of all those, words. You're getting the vapors at just the thought of all these potential connections. You start around the dumpster to find out. Coopram grabs you back grabs the back of your shirt. Where do you think you're going? Idiot tries to make decisions for themselves. The decisions are bad. Nobody's fucking surprised. Lol. You point out very respectable that all these people look pretty lost and confused. You assume the prank is over now. Everyone can shake hands and go on as friends. MC, you're so adorably dumb. This is idiotic, considering what you have learned about Alternia up until now. Not a prank. This is war. It's not over until all of them are dead or crying. He may be approaching a gang of angry blue bloods will end well. MC has a mace. Yeah, I don't. MC hid behind the trash to avoid them, and then it's just like, you know what? Maybe they need friends. Well, okay. As long as you aren't the one dead or crying, none of the high bloods look too close to doing either, though. You're just standing in a clump in the center of the street, nervous but fine. This is just a minor inconvenience, like a flat tire or a spilled cup of coffee. They have been lured into the slums by some greasy nerds, but Follicle and Cuprum don't seem to plan on doing anything besides watching you giggly. Yeah, they started getting the need for friendship and lost all self-preservation. Yeah, every single bit of it, like every drop of it. Of the blue bloods, a smallish girl with a cerulean symbol on her hair clips is standing a little apart from the group, furiously texting. TFW when dirty blue blood girl starts losing her cool. Should have known one of them would crack. You aren't sure what's going on. YSWG. Still not great. Regular is calling the damn drones. Usually high bloods wouldn't go running to them like that. Don't want to admit. Low bloods got one over on them. When you get owned, fucking own it. That could go on a t-shirt. Uncle and Cuprum seem bummed that their prank is going to end so fast and with so little damage done. But, isn't that the point of a prank? That everyone gets out of it relatively unscathed? Anything more and it becomes an assault. Overhead there's a whir and a clink. Loud, but not loud enough to prepare you for the damn flying bus coming in for a landing on our out on the street. Holy shit. You don't think you've ever been so excited about public transportation? You're confident that continuing to ramble across this alien world is the best thing for you, but gosh, it would be nice to rest your feet for a little while. I don't think that's public transport, is it? Even better, none of the trolls getting on the bus seem to have any money or travel passes. Perfect. You don't have any of those things either. Oh, honey. You start around the trash pile again, and this time 2 pairs of hands grab onto the back of your shirt. Dude, where the hell are you going? Some YouTubers would disagree with that MC, unfortunately. Yeah. Oh, bones. You quickly... Oh, jeez, fuck. You quickly explain that you want to catch the bus before it takes off again. You have no idea how long it will be before another one arrives. Follicle and Cuprum look at you like you're crazy. Well, Cuprum looks at you and Follicle looks kind of off over your shoulder. Can you call it looking if someone doesn't have eyes? MC, we've talked about this. You can't just say shit like that. Also, that expression is the exact the expression Follicle has is the exact expression that I would also have if this dumbass had looked me in the face and said, I'm gonna go catch that bus. Listen, I know we made jokes about the intelligence of everybody around us. It's just our thing. But are you actually mentally handicapped? You can't just get on a chartered scuttle buggy. That's for cerulean and up. maybe teal, if they got a death wish. Yeah, they've stopped them from dying twice. Like, not just once, but twice. From the same kind of instinctive, let me run out from behind this trash thing. This damn hemo spectrum thing again. You really need someone to sit you down and explain exactly how all of this works. Preferably without calling you an idiot the whole time. Or hitting on you. Yeah, after the first time I would have just gone, you know what, we need to see how this is gonna go. And let them, let them run off. Or is it seems so arbitrary. At least the oppressive power structures from your planet make sense. Well, no, they don't actually, but you're used to them, which makes them much better and more acceptable. You can see. I think you might need to watch your words. You head back as all the blue bloods get on the bus. It occurs to you that even though it was their prank that lured the blue bloods here, Follicle and Cuprum had to watch it unfold from behind a dumpster. They don't dare do anything head on. Yeah, MC is showing something. I worry about them. I love how dumb they can be, but their inner thoughts kind of are, yeah. Not that you support just randomly attacking people in the street, but it is kind of fucked up that only a certain kind of violence is acceptable, aimed at a very specific direction. Sorry, that was the hiccup again. Oh fuck. Judging from how easily Cooper picked you up with his brain, he could hold his own in a fight no problem. The bus takes off, blasting a backdraft that rattles the empty cans and crumpled bits of garbage in the gutter. Stillness descends on the alley. Now, that was anticlimactic. Cooper said they were calling the drones, but a bus came instead. Maybe calling the drones can mean a whole bunch of things, like calling 911 can be to report a robbery, assault, or someone's leg falling off. I don't think most of the time your leg just falls off, but anyways, MC. Or that's what you think until you hear the distant but quickly closing pound of giant footsteps. Fuck. Time to go. Follicle wraps her arms more securely around Cooper, and he takes off. Like, literally takes off. At first you think he's wearing those shoes with the little wheels on the bottom, the kind the kids wear to crash into stuff at the mall. That's how I broke an arm. Not crashing into stuff at the mall, but wearing those things. After that master banned them from the house. Reasonably, I have to say. I don't know why anybody thought letting me have those as a kid, considering the fact that I was just as lack of balance as I am now, was a good idea. But no. He's hovering a half inch off the ground. You have to run to keep up with him, and your steps are distressingly loud on the pavement. A familiar weightlessness shoots through your limbs, settling in your guts. Energy crackles around you, picking you up off the ground and pulling you along behind them. He has enough power to flip both of you at once, all the while carrying his girlfriend on his back. You don't know much about psychics. YDK MAP. But that is pretty damn impressive. Yeah, a third time. Like, honestly, I guess we just need to make friends with them out of respect for the fact that they did not let us die any of those times. The three of you round a corner and forget all about being impressed because you were too busy freaking the fuck out. You were so busy worrying about the drone coming from behind you that you did not consider the possibility of one closing in from the front. This was smallish, but it's still a lot bigger than you, and a lot spinier, and a lot more endowed with dangerous lasers. And it's focused on the three of you instead of someone else. Sorry about that. You, Follicle, and Cooper make a similar noise. It goes a little bit like... okay. Ah, smash! The smash at the end comes from Cooper picking all three of you up with his brain and tossing you just as the drone shoots a laser out of its torso. It blasts the pavement where you'd been standing in a craggy, smoking chunks. You tumble feet over ass into the alley wall. A concerning pain twinges through your healing ribs, but you were just so used to injuries at this point, you barely notice. Or you barely wince. What's more concerning is Follicle. The blast rips her off Cooprum and sends her in the opposite direction, against the alley wall, with you. She immediately curls into a ball, like a pill bug with a lot of hair. She doesn't respond when you ask her if she's okay, and you aren't sure if you should touch her. You shouldn't move injured people, right? Especially not injured people with Void Rot. My dude, you have no idea what Void Rot is. I'm fine. I'll live. Oh, fuck. The drone had a 50-50 chance of coming in your direction instead of Cooper's, and surprise, it did. It moves altogether way too fast for something that size. Aren't big things supposed to be slow? That's what video games taught you. Video games wouldn't lie, would they? Fuck, shit, hell. You've come all this way, dodged so many dangers, and made so many friends, and now you're just gonna get lasered by some huge spiky robot monster thing. Are they even robots? They kind of look organic, but so do, like, the couches here. But you digress. It's going to kill you. But instead of dealing you a quick, fatal blow, the drone stops in the center of the street. Its big, ugly head swivels toward Follicle. Oh, God. Is it possible you found someone more colorful than you are? Alternia definitely doesn't seem like a great place to be the weakest link. As usual, you are next to clueless. All you can do is watch as the drone takes heavy steps towards her. Desperate, you kick a nearby trash can. You shout, you make as much noise as you can, trying to draw its attention. Once you have it, you aren't sure what you're going to do with it, but you aren't worried about that right now. The drone grinds to an uncertain halt. Its head slowly turns towards you, then back to Follicle. It can't make up its mind. Should it go for the Void Rot or the noisy asshole? You look around for weapons while it's frozen in indecision. There's nothing here but empty bottles and tiny pieces of concrete. You really are a worthless wreck. Your new friend is about to get stomped or blasted or kicked with a giant metal leg, and all you can do is hop around like a maniac and smack a trash can. Fuck. Luckily, for once you aren't the only one here. Your new friend already has a friend. You're really friend crashing here? It was a simp. Cooper doesn't screw around. He rises up on a wave of crackling power, attacking the drone by, well, basically just by putting his hands on its big ugly head and discharging as much energy as possible, frying whatever brainstem the thing has. You've tried to be at least a little bit useful and drag Follicle out of the way of the drone as it falls, but it doesn't fall, it just shuts down. The evil red glow of its eyes dies and it goes still. It becomes just a giant ugly statue of an alien robot in the middle of a filthy street. Cooper drops like a rock, and before he's even out of the air, he's on his way to Follicle. He shoves you out of the way. Honestly, deserves. Deserved. Follow, you okay? Please say you're okay. What the fuck, lol? Follicle buries her face in Cooper's chest, her two little fists clinging tight to his arms. Her shoulders rise and fall, and she's taking huge breaths like she can't get her lungs to work right. Aww. Do trolls even have lungs? They probably call them something weird. Respiratory sacs? Breath glands? Suck sphincters? Didn't somebody call them respiratory sacs, like, way earlier? I'm fine. Idiot. You had a snide comment all ready to go concerning appreciating your loved ones while you can before a big metal monster comes and squishes them, but sitting here watching Cooper hold follicles like he never wants to let her go, well, yeah, I'm pretty sure at some point someone called him respiratory sex. I just don't remember who at the moment. All your snidiness drains into a puddle at your feet. You don't know them. You don't know their life. Their relationship might not be the healthiest, but honestly, whose is? You've seen some really bad shit, both here and back home. Hey, you okay, dork? Yeah, you really are. Thanks to them. MC over their third wheeling. Aww. Yeah, it is kind of adorable that they do genuinely care about each other. I really like it. Alright, next time we'll be doing this one. Yeah, they're fucked up little trash trolls, but they're in love in some way. And that's really all you need, right? Although, still kind of haunted by the bad ending there. Not gonna lie. Alright, well, tomorrow will be the schedule planning stream. And that one will be an hour later because I actually thought I was going to be working the evening shift, and I will not be. I will be working the morning shift, but it'll be at 10 instead of 9. Alright, good night.